Mr. Newberry is the Director of Security of a large organization. I think they're in 3 states, have several thousand hours a week. He likes to be, he's an entertainer, he's Mike Newberry. What can I tell you? So these two are going to just try to get as much information out of him as possible, kind of following some of the script that we have, and I'm sure we'll have a little bit of fun. So I'll bring in Mr. Newberry.
Oh no, not yet.
Bring him.
This is how it normally goes.
Excuse me, sorry for running late.
Hey, no problem.
Michael.
Thanks for seeing us.
Helen.
Hi, Zippy.
Alrighty.
Here we go.
And dog names every once.
Oh. Yeah, I see the pictures there. You're a dog lover, I see.
Love them.
What kind of dogs are
Best
they?
thing in my life. Well, we got ourselves a Shar-Pei, and not too sure what the other one is. We just called it Mutt.
Oh. Any names?
Well, typically we change them up every day, some different names, but we got Wilbert and Buckwheat.
Wilbert and Buckwheat. Cute dogs. Is that you asleep with them? Is that peanut butter there?
Could be.
I think it's a jar of peanut butter.
They're hungry dogs, what can I tell you?
Well, thanks for seeing us. You said on the phone that we had 30 minutes. Do you think that we'd
We're
still have
hoping
30
that
minutes?
that's the case. We might get interrupted, but I'm going to try to give you as much as I can today. So.
We appreciate that.
Sorry about our attire. I didn't dress John today, or Zippy.
All right, that's fine. We're real casual around here anyway, so it's not a problem.
Excellent. Well, we noticed that you're using Securitas as your provider. How have they been treating you?
You know, they're there every day, I guess. Is the best thing I
Let me
can
ask
say.
you this: What do you really like about them?
Well, that would be difficult to say. Well, their day guy here, he's pretty good. Bob's there every day, greets me every day, and says hello to everyone, knows everybody that comes in and out, and doesn't really need to ask for IDs or anything like that. He just says hello to everyone. I really don't get to see everyone on the afternoon shift, and right now honestly, I'm not too sure who my account manager is. So.
Oh, really? You having issues with management that stopping by and seeing you?
I wouldn't say issues. I just we don't talk much. Nothing's come up. So.
How about the day-to-day tasks? You getting your reports, your rounds, things like that?
I'm sure there are some stuff that's up there. I don't look at it myself. I haven't seen it. I know that they fill out some type of form or something when they do their shifts. I couldn't honestly tell you, what it says on there. Typically, we have something big happen. They'll give me some type of little incident thing.
Okay. What are we doing for reports and stuff now?
We do a DAR, Daily Activity Report.
And who fills that up?
The security officer.
You getting those from Securitas currently, or?
No. Well, again, they could be giving them up to the front. What's the value to the daily activity report? I mean.
That is a very good operational question.
It allows us to log every incident or anything that takes place on a day-to-day basis. Do you conduct rounds here at the building?
Yes, they go around with some type of electronic doohickey that they hooked up here recently, and we ever ask them about that, they'll typically email us some type of report letting us know that, but we've only had to do that like twice.
Excellent. I see the uniforms. You have a blue shirt. Is there a reason why you're going with blue and not white or anything like that?
No, that's actually my father.
Oh, that's your father.
He was in security for a while and retired. As a security, he was a police officer before that, though.
Oh, okay, what department?
He was working for Hazard County. That's where I picked up one of my dogs.
From the kennel, I'm assuming.
Yes.
So you have about 3,000 hours a week, and you're located in 3 different states?
Well, we do it by numbers as far as 3,000. What do you mean by 3,000 hours?
How many officers would you have on, say, on the day shift, afternoon, and night shift?
Oh, okay.
Let me get my
I
computer
brought
up.
that with me today. We have 4 sites. You're here at our corporate office now, which is our largest location. We do 1 officer around the clock, and we'll just call it our Alpha site. At our Bravo site, we have 2 officers around the clock. Well, actually, no. Apparently, we have 4 sites where we have 2 officers around the clock.
Okay, so we'll call that C.
And then at the Bravo site, we have 3 officers around the clock. Not too sure what the difference would be on the nights or how their scheduling works or anything like that.
Oh, okay. Well,
So-
I'm
Here
sorry.
at our, the shifts are all over the place here at our corporate office. I'm doing the math here, it's somewhere in the neighborhood of 800 hours.
Wow, large account.
It's well, it's our corporate office, and it's pretty much everything flows through here, so.
You have all your CEOs and important vice presidents that work out of here?
All of our executives are based out of here. My boss is based out of here. I was hoping to get him to be here today. He was unable to make it, but everyone's based out of here. All of our billing, all shipping is routed through here to our distribution centers.
Okay.
So what would be some of the tasks performed by the security officers?
Well, it really depends by location. You know, at some of our outlying centers, mainly the ones where we have the 2 officers, they're basically handling shipping and receiving. They get their work orders from here, and they're handling all the trucks that are coming in and going out at the time.
Do these computers that manually?
Well, they do have, well, depends on how you define computers. They're logging in truck numbers on a regular, just a small computer.
Okay, so you wouldn't say you need a computer degree in order to fill those out, or?
You need to be familiar with basic Windows.
Basic,
and
okay.
if you have some type of an inquiry, you need to be able to send an email.
Okay. They have a lot of contact with mostly truck drivers, or is there a lot of? Well, I know at your corporate office you probably have people dealing with some important folks, but are they dealing with truck drivers and the ship and receiving and things like that?
At all 4 sites, we're currently running the 2 officers around the clock. You're going to be dealing with nothing but truck drivers
Okay.
and delivery people. It could be anything from FedEx to UPS to truck drivers. We also have our own drivers that work for us as well. We use outside carriers. It's kind of a touchy situation there, though, because we can't use union carriers. So we have to make sure we do that. The biggest thing with the drivers is that it's very important that they check CDL license. You don't have a CDL license, you can't deliver your product on our property.
Okay. We're responsible for seals as well on the way in, on the way out.
Truth be told, I don't know. I don't know if they're doing that or not.
Well, we could always check on that with the operations, perhaps in our next meeting. What other operational things would you like to throw at them?
How about training? Are you having any training issues?
Well, they tell me the officers are trained. I don't really, you know, how would that be covered? I mean, how would I know that, I guess is what I'm asking.
Well, do you see?
What do you do for training
Well,
officers?
again, you have such a different style. We have ship and receiving, we have corporate, so a lot of different training will go into all types of different areas, but we do have some interesting things. Could you fire your computer up?
No, actually, we are.
You'll
going
fire it up right now. We do a lot of things with training. We do actually e-training, which is online training for all of our security officers. We're actually getting more involved in doing that online and on the internet. We also have something we call first generation training, which is actually will come out, perhaps even involve you or somebody that you would designate and actually do a lot of the training, where we put it on DVD so you could actually show each officer, although you'll have some turnover, will actually have it firsthand from the horse's mouth per se, how you would actually like things done.
Well, Bob does pretty much all the new officers go through him here. Would that
Yeah, maybe we
be
could get
similar-
Bob. Yeah, maybe,
similar to what you-
absolutely. All the paperwork, computer, how you'd even like people greeted and handled, we could put that on the DVD.
He makes IDs and stuff for everybody that's coming in.
Absolutely, we could do that.
What about, how do they get, to become a security officer? What's the process? I mean, is there state requirements or something? I know that my current company says that everyone's licensed and bonded and state certified. What exactly does that mean?
What state are we in?
Let's be in your state so you can talk
great.
about it.
Yes. Yes, the security officer in Ohio has to, we conduct a background check on WebCheck, which is a software system that's hooked up to the Bureau of Criminal Identification Investigation. We submit a fingerprint check. That fingerprint check is then released to Homeland Security. There are some disqualifying factors, and obviously any felonies, they're not licensable. So we also do an open online check where we're checking for any issues in regards to them living in the state of Ohio. And we do drug screening as well.
Well, as you know, when I sent the RFP, we got 3 states.
Yeah.
How is that across the board? Is that the same that you do in Illinois and Kentucky?
Do it different in Illinois, definitely. We actually have 20 hours basic course that you have to take. You'll receive a permanent employee registration card, which is a blue card. And once you have that, you can actually work in security. A&R United actually is a little different than most companies. We do not accept anybody that has any type of what we call any type of hit, any type of charge, misdemeanor, anything like that. So we will actually weed out a few more people than the average company.
Do we have access to that?
Yeah, absolutely. We can show you the website, the state of Illinois. You can get the perk card of the individual and the name, run it, and see if they've actually had any hits, and determine whether they're actually working legally in Illinois.
And we'd be able to we'd be able to see the same in Ohio and Kentucky.
Yes.
Know that they're cleared.
Absolutely.
Outstanding. My significant other gave me that last year at the Gay Pride Parade.
At the Gay Pride Parade. Wow, isn't your brother gay?
Yes. Well, we're coming out a lot more now, and you know, we hold all kinds of positions, as you can see.
What's your favorite position?
Maybe in the second meeting we'll get there. Well, or maybe a little later when we're, you know, have a drink or something.
Oh yeah, drink. What's your drink of choice?
Well, it depends on what's available that day. I got a bad hangover from last night, let me tell you.
Oh, what were you into last night?
Strictly beer and Patron, and you know, a combination of the both. And you know, if these guys come out and start doing Village People dancing, it's exciting.
It's funny you say vodka. We have a vice president, a redheaded guy that works at our Southside office. Total vodka lover. I'll have to hook you up with him. He'll show you the whole deal.
What's his favorite vodka? You know.
Yeah, he was telling us. He was yesterday. He was telling us. What was it? It was too fancy for us.
Yeah,
$60 a bottle. He
$60
said.
bottle.
I think he might be getting paid too much.
Really?
Just a guess.
We'll have to consider that in your billing rates. Our company requires, and maybe it's just an oversight, our company requires mandatory drug screening for everyone that works for us, include drivers and security officers. How's that work for you?
We have a 5-panel urine test that we give to every potential candidate as they go through the orientation process.
Okay.
So everybody is drug screened.
All right. I'd like, you know, if you could do one of our distribution centers, you could do any of them. Quite honestly, they're all identical to each other for the most part. The people that work there. Well, I'm not getting phone calls from, you know, my managers that work there, so I'm going to assume that things are going all right, with the exception of 2 locations. Our location here would be the Bravo site, where we have 3 officers around the clock, which my math works well. It's 504 hours there. And then we're having serious problems here at our corporate office.
Okay,
well, it depends on, well, we're having problems here at our corporate office, with the exception of Bob, of course.
Okay, so Bob's the go-to guy here at corporate. Let's cover corporate, and then we'll go back to the larger distribution. What kind of issues are you having that you call major or maybe not so major?
Well,
have you had any specific incidents that popped to mind? Or?
We just really like the people to all wear the same clothes. I guess it's really, you know, as you can tell, I have nothing wrong with a fashion statement, but I like to see everyone in the same uniform. You know, my father was in uniform for all of his life, and I wasn't exactly the son he wanted, but I can appreciate what he was. And
so you had trouble with uniforms?
Yes, and, you know, the uniforms is a big problem, and you know, quite honestly, I don't even like the color that they have when they are wearing it.
What color are they in currently?
Well, last I saw, Bob was out there in something that was like an off blue. But Bob's been around for about 15 years and might be wearing the same shirt from that. So,
okay, so you definitely need improvement. Would you be interested in trying to retain Bob by any chance? Or?
Bob's definitely a part. He's got to come on board with whatever.
Well, do you have any idea maybe what he's earning wage-wise? Would you factor that into the budget?
Well,
I'm assuming you'd want him to stay.
Truth be told, I don't know what he's be making wage-wise.
Well, we definitely would need that information if retaining him was kind of part of the proposal. So.
I can get you that information.
That'd be great.
That's not a problem.
You know, while we're at budget, if you don't mind me asking, do you have a specific budget currently that you're looking to aim for next year that would be part of the proposal?
Well, I mean, we're looking for a solution right now. If you don't mind me going back for a second,
Sure.
I'd like to cover another issue we have with our current vendor, and that is it seems like we get a lot of new officers that come out for call-offs or vacations that are, quite honestly, just haven't been through whatever training program we have set up right now. My assistant could lay that out for me a little bit better, but it's a real problem for us because, you know, when you came in, you were issued IDs. We need that person to be able to do that.
Right.
And that's a big struggle for us.
But Bob is in charge of training, you had mentioned.
Bob pretty much trains everyone that
So he
comes
could use some
here,
help,
or at
maybe?
least that's what we've requested. I
Okay.
couldn't honestly tell you. I have no way of proving.
Okay. What do you think of that idea as far as the DVD training where we could actually have something on hand to show all new officers if there's turnover and things like that?
I'd definitely be interested in seeing
Okay.
an example of that.
Do you think maybe I could set another meeting, stop by down the road here and just show you exactly what we're talking?
Yeah, we could bring our director of training out.
Yep. Gary Lowell, great guy, loves Benihana's.
All right. The Asian men. Okay.
No, not men.
Sure, I'm sure we can make that arrangement for you. I'd like to probably involve a couple other people that run the
Is
facilities
it
in general.
decision maker would be involved, or are you the decision maker?
It would be between myself and my boss.
Yeah.
You know,
Any chance we could maybe meet him next time we come out, or he could join us?
right now, we're going through the preliminaries of meeting with you and 4 other companies.
Okay.
So
So that's something maybe further down the road in the process?
I would think, yes, he would. He's definitely going to be involved in decision making, whether or not he's going to meet with the companies or not. I'm not
Okay.
exactly sure about that.
Sorry, I have to backtrack too. You mentioned the 504, 504 hours, that you had some other issues there. Is there anything that you want to expand there specifically on what was going on there? Or?
Yes, 2 guards were arrested for theft there in coalition with 2 of our drivers, and they stole somewhere in the neighborhood of $750,000 worth of product.
Whoa.
That was, they were bored on a Sunday, I guess.
Wow.
Made that work out for them.
Well, it's not
Do you
good.
want to tell him the story?
No, you know what? It's a great
you go ahead
story.
and
You
tell
should
him.
tell him. No, it's such a good story. Coming from you, it's just going to sound much
Should I
better.
get popcorn or?
It's that interesting. Go ahead.
Well, we have to admit that we've had some similar situations, but we do feel that we definitely resolve them. We're not going to promise that our officers, because we're in a people business, and when you deal with people, there are going to be issues.
If you don't mind me stopping you there, when you said resolve those, I'd just like to hear that because we still have this claim pending right now. We're a current vendor and we're not getting a big response to
Ralph
it.
came out and wrote a check, didn't he?
Absolutely. Ralph
Yeah.
came out and opened up his checkbook and wrote a check for.
Once it was determined after the investigation that we were indeed part of the fault, we actually covered what was responsible for our end. Obviously, we had charges pressing the other people that we found. We actually did the investigation and found that there was underlying factors, other people involved.
Well, don't let me mislead you. Our drivers were the ones that were actually stealing the product. They just paid the guards off, and the guards admitted to that.
That story's so similar to the one
Yeah,
we're telling.
absolutely.
Isn't it?
Very similar.
Really,
Yeah.
really.
Actually, we're your provider at that point.
Well, good. Then we should be able to handle that quickly.
So, do we ever determine the overall budget? You're not 100% sure on what it is you're working with? Or?
I just think right now that I'm comfortable in having that conversation.
Okay.
Furthermore, I don't have the information in front of me anyways. And again, our current budget is somewhat, I wouldn't use the word irrelevant, but we're looking for a solution, especially here at our corporate office. We want to bid this out as a whole so we can get the best value for our buck.
Okay.
I'm assuming that that's a good thing.
Well, absolutely. Yeah,
So,
absolutely. The more